All right. Hi, class. Very good evening, everyone. Welcome to the session. Very good evening, everyone, and welcome to the next practice session on the ISRO. All right. Yeah. Come on, let everybody join quickly and update all your friends that the session is now live and they can start connecting. Okay. This is the next practice session on ISRO where we are going to take up the question practice on the signal and systems. The previous year questions for signal and system. In the previous session, we had the practice for control systems. Okay, we're now going to have the PYQ practice of ISRO specifically. Okay, so that you also have a practice, decent amount of practice, as well as you also see how the questions were and what type of difficulty level they have touched, right? Some questions from signals are actually decent also, not like very easy. Okay, so yeah, let's see what are the different questions. Okay, and before I start up, yeah. The big time update right now is, as you know, that huge vacancies are expected in AP and as well as in Telangana. And on students' demand, we have this time brought up a live course. Already the offline courses are running in full pace, and if you're interested in offline, you can definitely walk up to our Hyderabad center. But if you want to learn from your place at your comfort, okay, you can join the live course. Okay, so yes, the OM has brought up the online live course. Okay, for AP Genco Transco discounts as well as Telangana Genco Transco discounts, and which is going to be live. The batch is going to start, as you are able to see, from 3rd of September. The batch starts from 3rd of September. Okay, the duration of the batch, 5 months. The validity will be 1 year. I mean, you can watch the videos up to the 1 year, right? If you register before 2nd September, you get 20% additional early bird discount. And if you are already a previous OM student, okay, if you are registered for any of the full-fledged courses of OM, offline or online, any of them, you get a flat 30% discount. The fee is 24,999. Okay, for both AP and Telangana, right? Okay, so yes, good evening, Bhanu. All right, yeah, so let's get moving ahead now. Let's get started with the first question. Here it is. Okay, what is the value of this integral? As expected, an integral based on the impulse function. Okay, so what we really need, see, integral limit is full, minus infinite to infinite. This is the 2023 previous paper of ISRO that was conducted, okay, for EC. Okay, EC and EE, both questions I have taken. Just stay tuned. I'll cover both the questions of signal and system of EC and EE in the previous year that were asked. Okay, so what is a simple fundamental that you are going to use here? Okay, we simply use that integral of ft delta t dt. Integral any function ft delta d dt is equal to what? Is equal to f0. If the impulse is within the limits, of course. So here the limit is minus infinite to infinite. The impulse is definitely within the limit of integral. So what is going to be answer for this? Answer is going to be f naught. Okay, what is the ft function here? Sine of t by root 2. But f naught at t equal to 0. So it is going to become the case of sine 0. And what is sine 0 is 0. What is the value of sine 0 is 0, right? What is the value of sine 0 is 0. Correct answer. Yes, Akbar, correct answer 0. Yes, the correct answer is 0. All right. Okay, then next question. Let's be ready for the next question and move ahead here. Okay. Which of the signals or systems are non-causal in nature? Of course, it is about systems being non-causal in nature. Which of them are what? Non-causal. And non-causal means where the output depends on future as well. Okay, output depends on future samples of the input. Okay, where output depends on future samples. If the output depends only on present and past, we know it is causal. Okay, if the output depends also on the future samples, then it is said to be non-causal. Okay, so which of them can be non-causal? Okay, say for example, there are 4 cases, first A, B, C, D, and then 4 options. This is EE 2023 examination. The previous 2023 examination. Good evening, Ramji Patel. How are you? So now, see, suppose you take any random value. If I take n equal to 2, if I simply take n equal to 2, what do I get here? 4. That means output at 2 depends on the value of the input. See, future samples. Okay, the output at 2 depends on the future value of the input. Why? Because I'm calculating output at 2 and I need the value of the input at 4, and 4 is ahead of 2. 4 is ahead of 2. That is future. Correct. So definitely this one is non-causal. Future is coming means non-causal. Yn 0.4 power n xn. 0.4 power n xn. I am calculating output at any n. The input value required also at n. That is only present. Only present means 100% this is causal. All right, some answers have already come up. Let me first check before I move forward. Okay, what is that? Venkat says B, Ganesh says Venkat says C, Ganesh says B. Okay, Sandhya Bhanu Prakash also says B. Ramji says C. Good evening, Rahul. Yeah, Pavan, definitely. You'll have enough time to crack up the examinations. Okay. Are you referring to the UP or are you referring to the AP or Telangana, Pavan? Right. Now, yn is xn plus xn minus 1 plus x of n plus 1. Output at any time n depends on n plus 1 and definitely n plus 1 is more than n. Okay, definitely future is there. Definitely future is there. The third one is 100% non-causal. Right. And then yn is xn plus xn minus 4. Okay, this is present. The other one n minus 4, that means before. Okay, past time. Okay, so this one is causal. So which of the non-causal? First and third, that is A and C. So correct answer to be tick marked. Dear, correct answer to be tick marked is B option. The correct answer is B. I think some of you said reverse. Maybe you read the question reverse. Okay, those who are telling the answer as C, you have read the question reverse. You have told me causal. The question is non-causal. Now see, that is what in exam, every small thing will matter. Maybe you have thought about the question correctly, but you have given the reverse answer. Okay, you have given the reverse answer, correct? So that you have to be careful about. B is the correct answer. Yes, Anjali, correct. Okay. Next one. This is what we discussed. Which is the identity for convolution? See, 2023 EC, I will go to the previous years also. I mean 2023, I have collected questions from 2020, 2018, 2019 also, 2017 also. Okay, whatever good questions I have collected. Now, identity for convolution operation. What is the meaning of identity for convolution or identity for any operation? Like suppose identity for addition is 0. Why? Because x plus 0 is x. It is unaffected. Okay, identity for multiplication is 1. X into 1 is equal to x. Okay. So similarly, if convolution like addition or subtraction is an operation, okay, you add x with 0, it is unchanged. Okay, similarly, what do you convolute any signal xt? The question is like this, xt, convolution with something should give you xt. That is what is the meaning of identity for any operator. You get the same signal xt. All right, answers have come up. See, yes, impulse. Okay, they have given the options in terms of discrete signal. No problem. I will also write it in the discrete. All the result is valid for both continuous and discrete. Okay, so x of n, question is convolution what should be x of n? Okay, so the answer is correct, del n, because any signal, convolution of any signal with unit impulse will replicate the signal. Okay, answer is C, impulse. Answer is C. Okay, dear, the correct answer is C only. So yes, Akbar, Bhanu Prakash, Rahul, Ramji, correct answer, it is C. Okay, fine. Yes, Anjali, correct answer, C. Next question. Consider the discrete time signal xn. Now on to a similar idea. Consider a discrete time signal xn, which is given as 1111, 0.5, 0.5. Okay, yn is equal to convolution of, see, what is yn equal to? This simple one only, gate, this is EC 2015 ISRO examination. Okay, this question is asking you, what is the value of yn, which is convolution between what? Delta n minus 1 with xn. See, convolution is always commutative. Okay, convolution is always commutative. I can write this as xn convolution delta n minus 1. Now, what we just discussed, xn convolution delta n is xn only. So, xn convolution delta n minus 1, I mean the more general result. If I apply time shifting, in convolution, dear, if any one signal is time shifted, the output is going to be time shifted. Okay, x of n convolution delta n minus n naught is equal to x of n minus n naught. Is equal to the x of n minus n naught, correct? So see here, xn convolution delta n minus 1 is x of n minus 1. Straight away, option number C. Straight away, option number C. No doubt, simple one. Okay. Yeah, by chance, if you have any doubt, do let me know. Okay, fine. Next question. All right. A question on proper convolution. A data sequence xn equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 passes through a linear time invariant system with the impulse response Hn equal to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is the output of the filter? Now, output for any system, output for any LTI system is obtained by convolution. Output is obtained through convolution. Okay, so output y of n, suppose the output is yn, is equal to the input applied to the system xn convolution with the impulse response of the system, that is hn. Okay, it is hn. It's a finite length, both the signals are finite length, so you can use the tabular method, the very simple tabular method, sum by column method. The tabular method or the sum by column method, right? The tabular one or the sum by column one. Okay. So in that case, see, definitely if you talk about the length, na, okay, see, A and B are 100% wrong, because in convolution, one more rule is there. The length of the output is equal to the length of the input plus length of impulse response minus 1. Lx plus Lh minus 1. Lx plus Lh minus 1, both of them have length 5. The 5 plus 5 minus 1 is 9. Okay, so length of the output should be 9. That is why I told you A and B are wrong. It could be C and D. Okay, C and D both have 9 samples, correct? Now, what is that tabular method? What is that sum by column method? So what we do, any one signal you can write on the top. Why I am telling any one signal? Because I told you that convolution is commutative. You can swap, there is no doubt. Anyone you can write on the top, make a table, and anyone you can write on the side. Okay, and the other one is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now fine. Now see, what do we do? First, this element multiplied all elements on the top. Okay, so 5 into 1, then 5 into 2, 5 into 3, 15, 5 into 4, 25 into 5, 25, correct? Okay, now next you multiply by 4, all elements on the top. So 4 into 1 and write down the result 1 unit right. Always write down the next result 1 unit right. So 4 into 1, then 4 into 2, 4 into 3, 4 into 4, 16, 4 into 5, 20. Now you see, you can complete the result. But let me tell you, especially in exam like ISRO, where time is a major constraint, you have 95 questions, 80 technical and 15 aptitude, to be solved in 120 minutes. So you have to really save the time. You have to save the time. So ultimately, you know, you are going to add up all the columns, the entries of all the columns. So the result will start with 5. That is what I know. The result will start with 5. If the result has to start with 5, answer is C. Finish. You need not complete all the calculation. Although it will only take few seconds to complete. But what I am trying to tell you, it is not required to complete the entire calculation. It is not required to complete the entire calculation. Hope that is clear to you. No options are matching, is it? Okay, Sindhu, yeah, we'll plan for electrical subjects also. Anyways, this is also for electrical. Signal and system is there in EC and EE both. Akbar says no option matching. Okay, so see, just by first sample I have matched the answer. Let us complete what is there. Now if I multiply by 3, so 3 into 1, 3 into 2, 3, 3, 9, 3, 4, 12, 3, 5, 15. Again one more unit right. Next one more unit right. So now multiply by 2. So 2 into 1, 2, 2, 4, 2, 3, 6, 2, 4, 8, 2, 5, 10. Last is multiplied by 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that you can see the numbers here. Let me for a moment remove this part of the video and now see 14, then 15 and 11, this should be 26. Next is 32 and 8, 40. Next is 41, 50, 55. Okay, then 32 and again 40. Okay, this is 15 and again 26, symmetry 14 and 5. Okay, 5, 14, 26, 40, 55, 40. Yeah, it is matching up. Akbar, it is matching up. Perfectly it is matching up. There is no issue. See, it is matching up actually. Matching. Yes, it is matching. Okay, fine. Yeah. So simple question. But what I told you, saving time is very important. Even in many multiple sessions of ISRO that I have conducted for you earlier, I have told you time management is the biggest key. Of course, your concepts and question practice will matter on the exam day. But what will matter very essentially is time management. Okay. All right. Next one. Next question. We tick mark the answer here, na? The answer was C. Correct. Next question. EC 2018. Yeah, this is a conceptual type of question only. Okay, Ricky, will try to plan for advanced communication. Now you see here, two pictures are given. One is XN fed to LTI system 1, you get FN further fed to LTI system 2. That means the two systems are connected in cascade and we get the output Y1N. XN fed to LTI system 2, okay, you get GN fed to LTI system 1, you get output Y2N. You get output Y2N. But you know, whenever two systems are connected in cascade, their impulse response are convoluted. Okay. Now, system 1 and 2 are linear time invariant systems, which is mentioned in the picture also, and same input Xn is provided. Same input Xn is provided to both the configuration. There are two statements, Y1N equal to Y2N and Fn equal to Gn. Fn equal to Gn. Now see, both the systems will have some impulse response. Suppose this has impulse response H1N. Let's say this has the impulse response H2N. Here in the second picture, now LTA system 2 comes first, the impulse response H2N. This is H1N. Now you see very clearly what is the value of Fn. Output of any LTA system is convolution. Convolution of what? Input with the impulse response Xn convolution H1N. Here it is going to be X of N, but convolution with what? Okay, convolution with H2N. Okay, so one thing is very clear, that Fn not equal to Gn, because H1N and H2N are not equal. There are two different LTI systems given, correct? Okay. Now what about Y1 or Y2? See, what is Y1N? Now you see here, I'll write down the result here only. What is Y1N? The input Xn convolution with the overall impulse response, and whenever two systems are connected in cascade, the impulse response is convoluted. Okay, similarly, Y2N will be equal to the input Xn convolution with what? H2N convolution H1, because first is H2N in this picture. The first is H2N, but how does it matter? I told you earlier also, H2 convolution H1 or H1 convolution H2 is same. That means Y1 and Y2 are definitely same. This statement 1 is always true. This statement number 1 is always true. Correct answer, option number A, Akbar, correct one. Statement number 1 is always true. The statement number 1 is always true. Okay, fine. Nana Santosh, A is correct answer. Recheck your calculations. Okay. Statement number 1. Next one. All right. This is a good question on convolution. Okay. ISRO EC 2018. Okay. Let xt equal to 1 from 0 to capital T and 0 otherwise. ht equal to t, straight line ramp, from 0 to 2t and 0 otherwise. Now, yt is xt convolution yt. No. xt convolution ht, of course, there's a typo error. xt convolution with ht. Output is input convolution impulse response ht, where star is, of course, the convolution. For the interval, only for this interval, capital T to capital 2t. Okay. What is the yt for this much of the interval? Okay. This is a good one because, you might have to think about what? You might have to think about this graphical convolution here. Might have to think about the graphical convolution here. So let's do it. Let's think about that in that case. Let's think about that. Okay. Okay. Right. So yeah. Now let's try to solve this question. Output is, okay, keep listening here. Output is xt convolution with the ht. Okay, and then this is equal to h of t convolution xt. ht convolution with the xt. We can swap, now it is commutative. Now, what is that convolution formula? Okay, the convolution formula can be written as, if you write xt convolution ht convolution xt reverse, it can be written as h tau x of t minus tau. Integral minus infinite to infinite x tau h of t minus tau. Formula. Okay, the convolution formula can be written as, if you write x Okay, dear. So as you know, today is Ganesh Chaturthi. So some background music might come. Okay, it is expected on this day, and I wish you all a very happy Ganesh Chaturthi as well. Okay, so yeah, let's continue. I think for some time, I think some vehicle is passing by, taking the Ganeshji idol. So yeah, it might be some noise might there already, but I have put noise cancellation. But let's see. Should not disturb our things a lot. Okay, guys. Yeah. So integral h tau x of t minus tau. Now you see here. Okay, what is x of t minus tau? Okay, what is x tau? See, integration is with respect to tau. Understand this question very clearly. Okay, let's understand this in detail. Okay, let's understand this particular question in detail. X of tau with respect to tau I want to plot, and now see what is xt given to you or x tau given to you. It is constant 1 from 0 to capital T. It is constant 1 from 0 to capital T. 0 to capital T. Okay. So what is going to be x of t minus tau? Okay. So first what I will draw? First what I am going to draw? Now see here. Let me draw a systematic diagram here. Let me draw a systematic diagram here. See here. First, let me draw for you x of minus tau. X of minus tau versus tau. Now, when I'm going to draw x of minus tau, x of minus tau means mirror image. Okay, mirror image. So the entire signal, okay, which was from 0 to t, the entire signal which was from 0 to t will actually come on the left side, left to right and right to left. Okay, so this signal is 1, but now from 0 to minus t. Sorry, this value was 1. Why I have written 0? Okay, correct. This is what it is. Now x, what I need to now draw is, okay, or rather let's draw the next diagram in the next page. Okay, what I now need to draw is x of t minus tau, or let's say x of minus t plus tau. That will be x of t minus tau. This you can write like this, x of, because we have written as a function of tau, keep understanding, minus of tau minus t. So what is happening? Tau minus t, tau minus something means right shifting. Tau minus something would mean right shifting. Okay, so now I will draw this picture, x of t minus tau, on the next page. On the next page. Okay, keep understanding here. Okay, with respect to tau, x of t minus tau, right shifting. Okay, to this above picture, to this picture, right shift by t. Okay, right shift by t. Okay, so the left coordinate, which was minus t, will become minus t plus t, or I can write this way, minus t plus t, or I can write this way, na? T minus capital T, and the right coordinate, which was 0, will now be shifting by t. Okay, this is t. Keep understanding first carefully, just keep understanding. Okay, now what I am next doing is, drawing h tau for you. Drawing the h tau for you. Now what is h tau? Okay, that is very clearly given. ht is t, h tau is tau, straight line. Okay, from 0 to capital 2t. Just a straight line from 0 to capital 2t. Okay, so at tau equal to 2t, h tau also becomes 2t. Okay. Now see, understand here, what is the meaning of the convolution? What is the graphical meaning of the convolution? Yt, as I have written already, is h tau x of t minus tau. Integral h tau x of t minus tau, which means integral also means area. So I can understand the convolution as the area under. I can understand the convolution as area under x tau. I can understand the convolution as area under h tau x of t minus tau. H tau x of t minus tau. So when I multiply both and try to find out the area, okay, and the question is asking the output only for, look into this, output only for capital T to 2t, capital T to 2t. So if I take the instant where t equal to t, if I take the instant where t equal to t, if I take the instant where t equal to t, or if I generally multiply both of them. Okay, fine. If I just try to multiply both these pictures, what is going to be the net result? Okay, what is going to be the net result? Okay, that is what you have to understand. Okay, definitely the question is telling t should be greater than t. Okay, up to 2t greater than t. That means this coordinate is going to become positive. This coordinate is going to become positive. Okay, the question has asked the answer in this range. Okay, yt for this range. Okay, that means t greater than equal to t. So this left coordinate t minus t will be greater than equal to 0. Okay, the left coordinate will be greater than equal to 0, but the right coordinate t, is less than equal to 2t. The left coordinate of the rectangle, understand now the final point, the left coordinate of the above rectangle, okay, will become positive, but the right coordinate, it will be less than 2d, That means entire rectangle will be fit inside these two numbers. Entire rectangle will be fit inside these two numbers. What is the height of the rectangle? 1. So 1 into h tau will be only h tau. When you are going to multiply, ask me now any doubts. I'm going to draw the final picture. I'm going to draw the picture of h tau, x of t minus tau. For what range? Okay, for t to 2t. For t to 2t. Okay. This t minus t becomes right side, becomes the positive, and t is below 2t. Let's say this is 0, this is 2t. Okay, so in between this, the part of the h tau signal. See, understand like this. It is going to be h tau multiplied by x of t minus tau. What is x of t minus tau value? It is constant 1, na? X of t minus 2 value, t minus tau value is constant 1. So h tau into 1 will be equal to h tau. Okay, so you have to just copy the h tau waveform, but only from these coordinates, only between this coordinate. Okay, only between this coordinate. Now, what is the area? The answer is area under this curve, na? The answer is area under this curve. Little lengthy. So see, I'll suggest you one thing. Okay, but yeah, first let me complete this question. What is going to be the area? Half. Area of trapezium, it forms a trapezium, na? Half. Distance between parallel sides. So what is the distance between them? It is capital T. When you subtract these two, the capital T, the distance between parallel sides into sum of parallel sides. Okay, so h tau, as you know, is equal to tau. Okay, so here, this coordinate, tau is t minus t. So here, this is t minus t. Here, this is t, so this becomes t. These coordinates I have written. Okay. So sum of the parallel side. So what is the first parallel side? T minus t. What is the other parallel side? T. Okay, so it is going to be half into capital T into 2t minus t. Now when you open the bracket and multiply, the first two cancel. So t into t, and then next half capital T square. T into t minus half capital T square. Okay, half means 0.5. Answer is C. Answer is C. Of course, 100% graphical convolution will be little lengthy only. So, as I suggested you many times in the control system session as well, whenever you see a question which you think you can solve, it's a good question. You can really feel confident about yourself if you have completed. But in the ISRO exam time, what you should do? You should first avoid this question. Do it at the end if time permits. Because in the same time, there can be many questions, okay, which are very straightforward. There are many questions which are straightforward. Maybe in the same time you solve 3 or 4 questions and you are ahead of others. You are ahead of others. Very, very important point. Keep noting. Keep noting. Yes. Okay. So, yes, I don't say it's a difficult question. It's little time taking. Only thing is, it's a conceptual question of graphical convolution, but time taking, and in the same time you may be able to solve 3 to 4 questions. So please avoid this in the beginning. At the end, if your paper is complete, you have time left, go and attempt it. Okay, remember, this is the most crucial thing. The choice of question selection in ISRO exam is going to matter. Okay, next question for you. What is the Fourier transform for t? Direct formula, guys. What is the Fourier transform for t e power minus at? T e power minus at ut. The Fourier transform for t e power minus at ut, okay, is given by 1 upon a plus j omega whole square for a positive. If a negative, Fourier transform does not exist. So 1 upon a plus j omega, or omega they have written 2 pi f, direct formula. 1 upon a plus j 2 pi f whole square. Answer is B. The correct answer is B. 1 upon a plus j 2 pi f whole square. Correct. Okay. Yes, Ramji, correct. Shadow, correct. This is a direct question. Okay. What is the next question? Okay. EC 2020. The previous one was EC 2018. This is EC 2020 question. EC 2020 question. Consider a signal Vt with the Fourier transform Vf. If V dash f represents the Fourier transform of V2t, what is the relation of V dash f to Vf? Simple. V dash f Fourier transform of V2t. See, what is there? It's a property question. It's a property question. The signal Vt has the Fourier transform Vf. Okay. V2t, as per the property, time scaling property. V2t will have the Fourier transform. Okay. 1 by 2 V of f by 2, and this is what they have called it as V dash f. Suppose V dash f is the Fourier transform of V2t, because if you want me to write down the general formula, okay, general formula, V of at has the Fourier transform 1 upon modulus of a V of f by a, correct? Time scaling general formula. This is what is the time scaling general formula, correct? Now V dash f is V of f by 2. Now V of f by 2, magnitude definitely scaled by 0.5, magnitude becomes half, but what about Vf by 2? Here the scaling factor 1 by 2 and scaling factor less than 1 is expansion. Scaling factor less than 1 is expansion. So bandwidth in the frequency domain, expansion means bandwidth expanded. Magnitude scaled by 0.5, but bandwidth expanded. Bandwidth expanded because Vf by 2 represents expansion. Okay, correct answer is B. A direct, time scaling property question, you can say. Okay. Yes, Akbar and Shadow, correct answer. It is B. It is the B, which is the correct answer. Okay, next question. Which of the following statements is true? Which of the following? A direct question, EC 2023. Okay, a direct the fundamentals of trigonometric Fourier series results of an even function will contain only DC and sine. See, simple logic is, before I read all the options, see, if you want to talk about, the signal, okay, whether the signal is even, whether the signal is odd, okay, and trigonometric Fourier series normally has three terms, DC, three types of terms, cosines, DC, cosines and sines. See, out of sine or cosine, cosine is the even function, cosine is known as the even function, sine is the odd function. Okay, so odd function will only come inside odd function, na? Okay, so if it is an odd function, it will contain sine but not cosine. If it is an even function, it will contain cosine but it will not contain sine. DC. Now, what is DC? If you want to think about DC, DC means constant for all values. Okay, that means left and right identical. So DC is also a type of even function. If you think graphically, DC is even. So, even function can contain DC, but since DC is an even type of term, it cannot be included in odd function. Odd cannot contain even cannot contain odd. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. So, why I have drawn this table is because this question out of the conclusion, okay, is very important multiple times. Not only ISRO 2023, in earlier ISRO papers also I have selected one such PYQ. Not only ISRO, GATE PYQs, engineering services PYQs, your state AP or Telangana exam PYQs, very important, okay, based on even or odd symmetry. And next important thing is half wave symmetry. Next important thing is, that is actually very important, half wave symmetry. Okay, Akbar, if I find time at the end, I will discuss, because that's again a separate topic. Okay. Probably I have made some videos onto it earlier, or I'll plan some videos onto it later also, so that you can learn. Okay, so yeah, trigonometric Fourier series of an even cannot contain sine. Okay, cannot contain sine. The trigonometric Fourier series of odd cannot contain cosine. The trigonometric Fourier series of odd contains, now odd cannot contain DC also. The trigonometric Fourier series of E1 contains DC and cosines. Option number D is perfect. Option number D is the perfect one. Okay, so yes, Ramji, Bhanu, Akbar, Shadow, correct answer. That is the correct answer actually. Okay, that is what is the correct answer. Next one. Okay, basic the formula, the property of Fourier transform, DTFT, but the properties for CTFT and DTFT more or less are same, except few, but majorly the properties are same. Yes, Santosh, correct answer for the previous one. Yeah, which of the following, EC 2023 question it is, which of the following is not true? Again, be careful and tell the answer which is not true, given that the arrow represents Fourier transform. Given that the arrow represents the Fourier transform. Axn plus Byn will have the Fourier transform Ax e power j omega plus y e power j omega plus b y e power j omega. Correct. Linearity. What is this? This is correct only. Linearity property. This is correct only. Linearity property. Okay. Correct. Okay. X of n minus nd. This is on time shift. This is on time shift, and the actual time shift property B is the one which is not true. Okay, yeah, answers have already started coming up. Akbar, Shadow, Bhanu says option number B. Correct. Correct. Option number B. See, time shift. Why option number B is because if I write down the actual time shift property x of n minus nd, okay, this should have the Fourier transform x e power j omega. I'll just hide the video, sorry. X of e power j omega into same sign. There will be definitely a phase term, a exponential term coming up, but with the same time. N minus nd, the e power minus j omega nd will come. This is the correct time shift property. So this is the option. This is the correct option because I have to choose the not true. Not true means I have to choose the false option. Okay. C is what? Frequency shift. Correct. Frequency shift. Omega minus omega naught will bring a phase term in the time domain and with opposite sign e power plus j omega naught n. Okay, so this is out of frequency shift and correctly written. In frequency shift, the sign is opposite only. Okay, and then convolution in time, multiplication in frequency, correct only. This is convolution property of the Fourier transform, correct. So which is not correct, which is not true is option number B. Is option number B, right? Aman will try to plan PYQs of as many subjects as possible based on the bandwidth of the faculty. Definitely controls done, signals in done, signals today will be done, and Hemant sir will next bring to you EMF and digital. Okay, so yeah, like that we'll try to plan as much as possible. Aman, okay. Okay, DFT, EC 2023. Simple one, but on DFT, a simple question only. Given a real sequence and the 8-point DFT output, x0, x1, x2, x3. What is x6? x6, 8-point DFT. Okay, conjugate symmetry. Real sequence, okay, for any real sequence, okay, the DFT is conjugate symmetric. If a signal is real, the DFT is conjugate symmetric. Okay, what is conjugate symmetry? Conjugate symmetry means x of k is equal to, okay, the x of k is equal to conjugate of x of n minus k. See here, xk equal to conjugate of x of n minus k. That means if I have to calculate x6, should be x of n is 8 here, 8 minus 6 whole conjugate. That means it should be conjugate of x2. What is x2 given? What is this x2 value given? 3 plus j. Okay, so conjugate of 3 plus j, we will write it as 3 minus j, and option number B, tick mark, simple one. Correct. Yes, Akbar, Bhanu Prakash, Shadow, correct answer B. Correct answer B1. Okay. Next question. All right, EC 2018, again on DFT only. See here, DFT plus basic sampling. DFT plus basic sampling. Let us discuss this. If x in t is sine 2 pi 4000 t plus 0.75 sine 2 pi 5000 t plus pi by 4 is sampled with, okay, it is sampled, okay, if it is sampled, it will be converted to a discrete sample with the sampling frequency 16,000 hertz. Calculate x0 if xm. What is xm? Xm or xk, they have called it as a function of m. Summation 0 to n minus 1. Look into the formula carefully. Xn e power, what is this given? Summation xn e power minus j 2 pi nm upon capital N is what is the DFT formula. Just the basic formula of DFT you should know. This is nothing but the DFT formula. Okay, forget, even if you don't know this is DFT formula. See what is the question asking you. See what is the question asking you. Question is asking you capital X0. So anyways, dear, if you put M0 here, you will put M0 here as well. And what is e power 0? The power becomes 0, e power 0, 1. So what is the only answer? Summation of xn. Okay, so what is x0? It is only the summation of xn. Summation of xn. What is xn? It is obtained by sampling the x in t. X in t. And how do you write down the sampled version of any signal? Okay, x in nts. X in nts. Now what is going to be ts? What is going to be this ts? This ts is going to be 1 upon fs, automatically 1 upon fs, where fs is given as 16,000 hertz. Okay, so yeah, let's go here and start solving the question. First of all, I'll try to frame what is xn equal to. What is xn? Xn nts. What is ts? 1 upon fs, that is 1 upon 16,000. Now to the given signal xn, replace the t. To the given signal xn, xn t, replace the t by how much? N by 16,000. N by 16,000. So let's do it. Okay, so what is this xn going to become? The first is sine of 2 pi into 4,000 into t, where t becomes n upon 16,000. The next is, yeah, correct. The next is 0.75 sine of how much? Sine of 2 pi 5000 t plus pi by 4. 2 pi 5000 t. T will be now replaced as n by 16,000 and plus this constant phase term pi by 4. Okay, plus this constant phase term pi by 4. Now first let me simplify this. What is xn? The first term, 2 into 4, 8,000 by 16,000. So it is going to simply be n pi by 2, sine n pi by 2, plus 0.75 sine of, now 2 into 5, 10, 10 by 16 can be written as 5 by 8 rather. So 5 pi by 8n plus constant term pi by 4. Okay. Now only thing is I just leave the calculation up to you. This is definitely calculative, and again in the exam time, first you should skip this question. In the ISRO exam time, you should try to skip this question because it is going to be little calculative. Okay, what is x of 0? What is x of 0? As we have discussed, it is summation of x and n equal to 0 to n minus 1. N minus 1 here is 7. N minus 1 here is 7. You see, na? We are talking about n equal to 8. So n minus 1 is 7. So summation 0 to 7 xn. Okay, you calculate this. I leave this up to you. You calculate. And the interesting thing is, after calculating, I tried some 2-3 times. What is the answer I am getting? You also try. It is approximately 0.88 or 89. Something like that answer is coming. And interestingly, none of the option is given this way. Anyways, answer will not have any imaginary term because you are only adding xn, and xn is a real signal, a real sinusoidal signal given. You are just adding summation of xn, and xn have all the real values. So anyways, I can directly say ACD wrong. Okay, I can directly say ACD wrong. There is no imaginary part going to come. Okay, that leads only to the option number B. Now see, this is a good logic. This is a good logic. Summation of xn. Xn is a real signal. So answer will be real. Okay, A, C, D have imaginary part. They are not real. So answer is B. Okay, maybe they just wanted to test this logic. But actually when I calculated, by this logic answer is B. By this logic, if I want to say the answer summation of xn, because xn is real, the summation of xn will be real. The summation of xn will be real. I'll write down the argument also here. This is going to be real. This is going to be real because xn is real. So there is no chance any imaginary part coming up, correct? Xn is real. Okay, so the answer has to be real. So by this logic, I can say answer B. By this logic, I can say answer B. But if you do the actual calculation, answer will be real only. There is no option matching. There is no option matching because actual calculations, what I tried, you also try, please. Okay, what I tried, I think I tried 2-3 times, but you calculate from your end. Still you verify from your end. Okay, by a simple logic, if I want to close this answer very quickly, I can say B because answer has to be real. Answer has to be real. Okay, so no imaginary part should be there. Okay. So by that logic, it is B, but when I actually calculated for n equal to 0 to 7, I'm not getting any of them. I got some 0.88. Okay. And yeah, that is again important thing, Akbar. Yes, to solve this actually, calculator would be required because, you know, sine n pi by 2 is okay. What is there? This part you can calculate. The first part is sine n pi by 2. Okay, but for the second part, okay, sine 5 pi by 8, sine 10 pi by 8, when you put different values of n. Okay, so yeah, one more thing is, when you only do the summation of this one, it will be 0. This is coming 0. This part is coming to be non-zero. This part is coming to be non-zero. Okay, when I actually calculated, the first part is coming out to be 0. The second part turns out to be 0.88, like that. The first part turns out to be 0. That you can orally also calculate. What is this? Sine n pi by 2, periodic with period 4, 2 pi upon pi by 2, 2 pi by omega, 2 pi upon pi by 2 is 4, period 4. Okay, so if you have to take 8 samples, 2 periods will come. Okay, so sine 0 is 0, sine pi by 2 1, sine 3 pi by 2 again, sorry, sine pi again 0, sine 3 pi by 2 minus 1, 0 1 0 minus 1. This is one period. I repeat, fingertips 0 1 0 minus 1. You add 0. Okay, the sum of this sine n pi by 2 in any period is 0. This will give 0, but the second one is not giving 0. The second one is not giving 0. Okay, so you know, maybe they just wanted to test the concept, and for that reason they framed. If I have to choose something, I will choose B, but actually actual calculations, none of the answer is matching. As far as actual calculations are concerned, none of the answer is matching, correct? Okay, what is the next question? Okay, so yeah, what I have observed, they keep asking some direct questions of Laplace transform in ISRO, multiple years. Okay, see, this is EE 2020. What is the Laplace transform of delta t minus 2? What is the Laplace transform of delta t? 1. Laplace transform of impulse is 1. Laplace transform, Fourier transform, all of them is 1 only for impulse. So delta t minus t naught, time shift property. For delta t minus t naught, 1 into e power, exponential term, e power minus st naught. Okay. So for delta t minus t naught, Laplace transform is e power minus st naught. For delta t minus 2, it is e power minus 2s. Option number C. What is there? Yes, Akbar and Shadow, correct answer. Option number C. Simple one. Okay, 2020 EE question. Next. Again 2020 EE. One more question only on the formula of Laplace. E power minus 5t cos 4t. Okay. Okay, generally for cos omega naught t, okay, into exponential term, damping factor e power minus at, what is the Laplace transform? See, if it is cos omega naught t, if you only write cos omega naught t, it is s upon s square plus omega naught square. But e power minus at exponential term in time is s shifting in the s domain. So the formula is, okay, s plus a, opposite sign, s plus a, upon denominator also s plus a square will become s plus a square plus omega naught square. So what is omega naught for you? 4. This is omega naught. This is the value of a. Okay. So omega naught is 4. Omega naught square will be 16. Okay, so s plus 5 whole square plus 60, numerator also will be s plus 5. D answer. S plus 5 upon s plus 5 whole square plus 4 square. Answer is D. Correct now? Yes, Bhanu Prakash, Akbar, Shadow, correct answer. It is D. It is D. 2020 double E. Again, Laplace transform. See, 3 questions in 2020 in double E paper only, just Laplace transform calculation. This one will require little bit calculation, manipulation, little bit arrangement here. The previous two were more direct formula. This is also easy only. T square minus 2t u of t minus 1. U of t minus 1. See, can I write like this? T square minus 2t plus 1 minus 1. Plus 1 minus 1 means no effect, na? Plus 1 minus 1 means no effect. So t square minus 2t plus 1 minus 1 u of t minus 1. Okay, why I have written like this? Because this part t square minus 2t plus 1, this is also t minus 1 whole square. Ut minus 1 and t minus 1 type of term I am trying to bring. T minus 1 type of term I am trying to bring, correct? Okay, so now the given signal, okay, on the basis of this much calculation, I can say that the given signal, suppose is xt. The given signal is suppose xt can be split into one part is t minus 1 whole square u of t minus 1 minus of u of t minus 1 minus of u of t minus 1, correct? Now some basic Laplace formula, let me write it here. Let me write it here for you, some basic Laplace formula. Okay, for ut, then time shifting we will apply. For unit step function, we know Laplace is 1 by s. Then again without shifting, okay, t square ut. Okay, t square ut, the Laplace transform is, okay, 2 upon s cube, because the general formula t power n ut, okay, for polynomial term t power n ut, the formula is factorial n upon s power n plus 1. So t square ut has the formula 2 upon s cube. Factorial 2 is 2 only. Okay, so if I just use this much, what is going to be the Laplace transform xs? Now t minus 1 square ut minus 1. Okay, so time shifting. Without the time shifting, 2 by s cube. With the time shifting, exponential term e power minus s minus u of t minus 1 by s, and then e power minus s, e power minus s. Correct, na? So what is there? 2 by s cube e power minus s minus 1 by s e power minus s. Why you are telling a? Akbar, Shadow, Bhanu, all of you say a. Now how it is 2 by s square? There is no ramp type of term coming up. There is no ramp type of term coming up. To 1 upon s square. S square comes in ramp. Where is ramp? Or is it by chance getting simplified and arranged like this? I don't think so. Correct, na? Have you got a by any logic? I think it is D. None of them is matching. 2 upon s cube e power minus s minus 1 by s e power minus s. Correct, na? Let me know. Akbar, Shadow or Bhanu. Have you got a by any proper calculation or so? You might have split into RAM function. No. A is not correct. Not correct. A is not correct, dear. Because what you have done is, you have simply opened the bracket t square ut minus 1. But what is the Laplace transform for t square ut minus 1? There you can't apply time shifting. Time shifting means t minus 1 square ut minus 1. Entire time shifting. Okay, so yeah, A is not correct. D only. A is not correct. D only. Nana Akbar, if you split now, see what you are doing is, you have split like this. T square u of t minus 1. Okay, so see, they have framed the answers also intelligently. They can make you commit the error. But what is the Laplace transform of this? If you are writing the Laplace transform for this 2 by s cube e power minus s, wrong. If you are writing for this TUT means ramp. So ramp is 1 by s square. Then time shifting e power minus s. No, time shifting means entire t. Here also t minus 1. Here also t minus 1. Then only you call it as time shifting, na? Okay. So see, a question which caught you into trap, easy one only, but caught you into trap. Not a single one. 3 students gave the same answer A. No, it is D. It is D. So be careful. Time shifting means every term on the time left side, time function has to be shifted. It's not only unit step you can shift. Nah. Okay, be careful. The crucial point to note here. Okay, next question. What is there in the next question? Okay, a simple differential equation which we can solve by Laplace. A function yt satisfies the following differential equation. Okay, where delta t, the d by dt of yt plus yt is delta t. Delta t is the unit impulse, ut is the unit step. Assuming zero initial conditions, what is yt? Okay, so if there are zero initial condition, then what is the Laplace transform for derivative of yt? S into ys. Actually, s into ys minus y0. That is the actual property, first derivative property. Plus yt Laplace ys equal to delta t. What is the delta t Laplace? 1. That also we revised. But what they told is initial value you assume 0. Y0 is 0. So what is now left? I'll continue here. S plus 1, ys common equal to 1. So what is the value of ys? 1 upon s plus 1, whose Laplace transform is 1 upon s plus 1. Next important formula, I will make you revise here. The next important formula, e power minus at. Okay, the Laplace transform for e power minus at ut rather, e power minus at ut 1 upon s plus a. 1 upon s plus a, correct? So dear, if this is ys 1 upon s plus 1, what is a? A equal to 1. Okay, so what is yt? E power minus of t ut. E power minus of t ut. E power minus t ut. Option number D. Correct, na? Option number D. Simple question. Laplace. EE 2020. See, lots of question in EE. Okay, in 2020 on Laplace. Laplace was their favorite topic, making this paper. Okay, again EE 2020, one more question, which is convolution, but convolution to be solved using Laplace only. Using Laplace. Okay. Let ut rt be the unit step and unit ramp function, and let ut convolution rt be their convolution. Okay, first let us solve ut convolution rt. Ut convolution ut can be solved in time domain also. That is ramp signal. Okay. If I only ask you step convolution step, important result. This is also important result. Step convolution step is ramp. This is what we know. Okay. Question is step convolution ramp is how much? Okay. We will solve this by the Laplace procedure. We will solve this by the Laplace procedure. Why? Because convolution in time is multiplication in S domain. What is the ut Laplace transform? 1 by s. What is the rt Laplace transform? 1 by s square. Correct? This is what we know. Two common formulas of Laplace. So, what should be the Laplace transform of ut convolution rt? So two signals on the time domain are convoluted. So what about the s domain? Results will multiply 1 by s into 1 by s square. That is equal to 1 by s cube. 1 by s cube. Ut convolution rt is 1 by s cube. Ut convolution rt is 1 by s cube. Is 1 by s cube. Now, whose Laplace is 1 by s cube? You can write this way, na? You can write this way, 1 by 2, 2 by s cube. And just now we revised, today only, 2 by s cube is the Laplace transform of t square ut. T square ut. That means what is the signal on the left side? Ut convolution rt. Okay, this should be equal to 1 by 2 of this one. 1 by 2, I'll write down the result here, keep looking. 1 by 2 t square ut. 1 by 2 t square ut. 1 by 2 t square ut, correct? 1 by 2 t square ut. Now time shifting. U of t plus 1 convolution with how much? R of t minus 2. That is not 1 minus 2, of course, understood. R of t minus 2, है ना? Yeah. R of t minus 2. Okay. This will be equal to, okay. This will be equal to now 1 by 2 of t plus 1 minus 2. Any one signal in the convolution shifted, output will be shifted. So both will be shifted here. 1 plus 1 also, minus 2 also. On the ut also, ut plus 1 minus 2. So the final answer is half of t minus 1 square u of t minus 1. Okay, so on solving, what is the answer we have got is half of t minus 1 square u of t minus 1, option number C. Now let me check the comment box here. Option number C, yeah, nobody yet? Yes, happy Vinayak Chaturthi, Sai Vikas. Thank you. Okay, dear, option number C. Now let me tell you, this particular question, I've shown you earlier questions also, but this particular question is exactly a gate PYQ. It is exactly a gate PYQ. U of t plus 1 convolution r of t minus 2. Yes, Shadow and Bhanu, correct answer. It is option number C. It is coming out to be option number C. Okay, it's coming out to be option number C. Next question. A second order system has poles at -1 plus minus j2 and 0 at 1. What is the transfer function of the system if the steady state output to an input of unit step is Ct equal to 3? Now see, pole 0 information is given first of all. Poles at -1 plus minus j2, 0 at 1. Okay. Now see, if the poles are at -1 plus minus j2, what should be the denominator polynomial? What should be the denominator polynomial? First, let me solve this specially. The denominator polynomial. If a pole is -1 plus j2, so you will write a factor s minus the pole multiplied by next pole s minus the next pole, -1 minus j2. Okay, so this is like s plus 1 minus j2 multiplied by s plus 1 plus j2. Now you can take this as a minus b, a plus b. A means s plus 1, a square, then minus b square. Okay, minus b square. But what is b? B has j. J square will be -1. Okay, j square will be -1. So this will further becoming s plus 1 whole square plus 4. J square is -1. So when you actually solve it, s square plus 1 plus 4 will be 5 plus 2s. So s square plus 2s plus 5. Solving it. Akbar has the answer A for it. Bhanu also has the answer A for it. Wait. You are doing it very hurriedly. No. A might not be correct. Bhanu says B actually. Bhanu says B. Sorry. Akbar says A. Okay. Now, 0 at 1. The numerator factor is s minus 1. That is very clear. Okay. Numerator factor is s minus 1. That is very clear. Okay. So, how the transfer function, where is that? Transfer function will look like. Just a second, some error. Let me write it here. How the transfer function should look like? Suppose transfer function. Okay, there is a 0 at 1. Okay, s minus 1. There are poles, and according to the poles, I have formed the denominator polynomial s square plus 2s plus 5. But there may be the gain term k in the numerator that you have missed, I think. Okay, so Sai Vikas also says B, Shadow also says B. So what is the value of this k? Okay, what is the value of this k? That is what some unknown factor has been given. Some one more data has been given. What is that one more data? If the steady state output to a unit step input is Ct equal to 3. Now, what is the transfer function? The transfer function is, or let me write down the output. Output is input into the transfer function. That is what I'll write down the output value, correct? Okay. Now, what is the input? Unit step into k s minus 1 upon s square plus 2s plus 5. What is the steady state value of the output? What is the steady state value? That is given as 3. But how do you write down the steady state value? Limit of t tending to infinity Ct. Limit of t tending to infinity of Ct. This is given as 3. This is given as 3. Okay. So if you apply the final value theorem, If you apply the final value theorem, limit t tending to infinity ct means limit s tending to 0 s into cs. This is given as 3. Okay, that means limit of s tending to 0 s into cs, 1 by s, ks minus 1, s square plus 2s plus 5. This is equal to 3. S cancelled. Now you put s tending to 0, k into minus 1 upon 5 is 3. So solved here, k is 3 into 5 with a minus sign, k is minus 15. K is minus 15, answer is B. K is minus 15, answer is B. Yes, Deva Ganesh, correct answer is B. Correct answer is B only. Very correct answer is B. Why it has stuck? Just a second. Okay. Right. Next question. Yeah, here it is. EC 2023. ISRO EC 2023. I mean, this question is common, control system signals anywhere. Usually final value theorem we discuss with Laplace, so I have taken it here in signals. But yeah, that question is common, you can consider anywhere. Two systems H1n and H2n are cascaded. Now we have already discussed today also, when two systems are cascaded, what is the overall impulse response? Then we can find Hz also. When two systems are cascaded, see, I'll first write down the result here. 2023 question. Okay, so what is the overall impulse response? It is H1n convolution with the H2n, correct? So what is the overall transfer function when you convert to the z domain? Convolution in time is multiplication in the z domain, H1z into H2z, and Hz is given to you. What is the possible value of A, B1, B2? See, this is the fundamental to be used. Okay, yeah. Let me write down this result here as well. What I have just written is Hz should be H1z multiplied by H2z. And what is Hz given to me? Let us see what is Hz given to me. 4 upon 4 minus z power minus 2. Okay. 4 upon 4 minus z power minus 2 is equal to what is H1z? A B1 power n un. Okay. Now see one formula. Okay. B1 power n or B2 power n. If I simply write b power n un exponential z transform is given by 1 upon 1 minus bz inverse. It is given by 1 upon 1 minus bz inverse, or also written as z upon z minus b. Both are equivalent formula. Correct? So what is H1z now? H1z is equal to A into 1 upon 1 minus b1z inverse. What is H2z? H2z has also the amplitude A, b2 power n. So A into 1 upon 1 minus b2z inverse. Now one thing is very clear, you look into the denominator of the left side, z power minus 2, only z power minus 2, and that too you can divide by 4. Okay, if I divide by 4, I will write this as 1 upon, dividing numerator denominator by 4, 1 upon 1 minus 1 by 4 z power minus 2. This becomes a square. Okay, this can be written as a into a square, but divided by 1 minus b1z inverse, 1 minus b2z inverse. Now dear, normally when you multiply, okay, how the result will come? 1 also will come. Then b1z inverse, b2z inverse, z inverse term will also come, and then z power minus 1, z power minus 1, z power minus 2 will come. But only z power minus 2, that is only possible if b1 and b2 are equal. Okay, b1, b2 are equal. Okay, so b1 and b2 must be equal, and equal to what? 1 by 4 is the result on multiplying. So 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. Okay. Correct. And a square has to be equal to 1, the numerator on the left side. Okay, so that means A also equal to 1. So that you can write this as 1 square upon 1 minus 1 by 2 Z inverse multiplied by 1. No. Sorry. That will become square. I'm sorry. B1, B2 actually opposite sign, equal magnitude, but opposite sign. You can write this way: 1 minus 1 by 2 Z inverse, 1 plus 1 by 2 Z inverse. Yeah, sorry for that. 1 minus 1 by 2 Z inverse, 1 plus 1 by 2 Z inverse. A minus B, A plus B will become A square minus B square. Okay, 1 square. Then minus 1 by 2 Z power minus 1 whole square will be 1 by 4 Z power minus 2. Correct, na? Okay, so B1, B2 are not equal. What you are able to say is any one is 1 by 2, other one will be minus 1 by 2. That can be swapped. There is no hard and fast condition. Okay, so if I take B1 equal to, just a second. As per the options, I'll go A is 1. Yeah, so B1 has been taken as half, no issues. So I can take B1 as half. So B2 is minus of half. Same magnitude but opposite sign. Opposite sign, correct. So option number C. 1 by 2 and minus 1 by 2. A, B1, B2. The values of A, B1 and B2. Correct. Option number C. Yes. Correct answer. Let me check. Yes. Shadow correct. Bhanu correct. Akbar correct. Correct it is. Correct. Fine. Good one. 2023 easy question. 2023 double equation on a simple block diagram and getting the final transfer function. For the given digital filter, evaluate yz upon xz, where p0, p1 and d1 are scalars and z inverse is the time delay element. Okay, I'll better show you the zoomed picture. Find the transfer function y by z here. This is the zoomed picture. Come on, yeah. So what is there? Xn has the z transform xz. Okay, so what will come here? Okay, p0 into x. Xz means I'm simply writing x. What will come here? Z inverse x. What will come here? Multiplied by the gain p1. So p1 z inverse into x. Then this is going to be added. Let's say this is w. Let us say this is some signal w. So what is the w? It is summation of p0 x plus p1 z inverse x. Okay, what comes here? Okay, now this is yn having z transform yz. Okay, so this is z inverse into y. Okay, what will come here? Minus d1 z inverse y. Okay, so what is the net result here? This y, output of the summing point here is y, na? So what is this y? W minus from the bottom side d1 z inverse y. Now you have to simplify this. Just have to simplify. Okay. So bring the y terms on the left side. So y 1 plus d1 z inverse is equal to w. And what is w? It is p0 x plus p1 z inverse x. Finished. I'll just hide the video here. Finished. Okay. What is y upon x? That is the question. Here x is common on the right side. Divide to the left. Okay. So what is there on the right side? p0 plus p1 z inverse divided by 1 plus d1 z inverse. p0 plus p1 z inverse whole divided by 1 plus d1 z inverse. 1 plus d1 z inverse is there in all the options. p0 plus p1 z inverse. That is matching in option number C. p0 plus p1 z inverse. That is matching with A also. That is matching in A also. I think some typo error. I'll check the source file. 2023 double E, na? Just a second. I'll check the source file actually. Yes, actually in the actual paper also option number A and C are same. p0 plus p1 z inverse upon 1 plus d1 z inverse. No typing error. Okay, next B option is p0 minus p1. Did we do any plus or minus thing here? Let us check that correctly. Any plus or minus? No, only minus with d1. p0 and p1 are both with the plus sign only. Are both with the plus sign. So actually A or C, both are same options. Correct na guys? Sorry. Z inverse is not given in the actual paper. Actual paper also it is there. Yeah, correct answer A. So yeah, I think I did not see that. Okay. It's a type of reading error. Yeah, A only then, A. 1 plus D1 Z inverse. I thought all options are 1 plus D1 Z inverse. I first thought that all options are 1 plus D1 Z inverse, but no, that is not the case. Correct? Yeah, A option then, A option. Yes, you can do by signal flow graph, Monarch. Correct, but not required. It's hard and fast not required. It's easy equation only. If it is complicated, you can draw it. Yeah. So A answer correct only, guys. A answer is the very correct one. EC 2023. A system is defined by the difference equation. Okay, some difference equation is given. The system is stable, unstable, marginally stable, or what? Poles. Poles will tell you to get the poles, get the transfer function. To get the transfer function, convert to the Z domain. So if I take the Z transform, Y and Z transform, YZ is equal to 1.8 yn minus 1 time shift property of Z transform. N minus 1 will bring the Z power minus term. Minus 0.72 yn minus 2, another time shifting. Okay, keep looking here. Y of Z power minus 2 plus xn Z transform xz plus 0.5 xn minus 1 xz Z power minus 1. Okay, so now you can arrange all the yz terms on the one side. Take yz common on the left side, bring all the yz terms on the left side. You will get 1 minus 1.8 Z inverse plus of 0.72 Z power minus 2 is equal to, taking xz common on the right, 1 plus 0.5 Z inverse. Okay, so what is the transfer function? Yeah, now let me come back and write down the transfer function here. What is here the final transfer function? Yz upon xz. Okay, so on the right side, 1 plus 0.5 Z inverse. That will decide the 0 upon 1. What is there? Minus 1.8. Yeah, so now you have to think about factorizing it. Plus 0.72 Z power minus 2. Now, what can be the factors of the denominator? Because I am not interested about 0. Stability means poles. Okay, the middle factor is usually the sum, 1.8 sum and 0.72 is the product. 1.2 and 0.6. I don't think it's a difficult guess, or if you are feeling difficult to guess, then you have the option of finding the roots by quadratic equation formula. Everybody, I hope, knows the quadratic equation formula. But if you choose 1.2 and 0.6, now you see here 1.2 plus 0.6, 1.8 will come, and when you multiply 1.2 into 0.6, 0.72 will come, correct? So what are the poles? Okay, poles. So when you solve the denominator equal to 0, you get the poles 1.2 and 0.6. Now, what is the condition for stability? See, already the first condition of stability depends on ROC including the unit circle. But if you see, this type of system is actually a causal system. Can I say? See, the output at present time n depends on past, present or past. The output depends only on the present or past values of the input or output. No future value required. No future value required. So what can I say? Such a system, see here, I am making a remark. Such a system is causal. Such a system is what? Causal. Okay. Now what do you need? Stable. You need stability. The system is causal. What is the condition for a causal system to be stable? All poles must lie inside unit circle, and this is a pole where mod z greater than 1. So this is a pole. Unit circle means, what is unit circle? Mod z equal to 1. So all the poles must lie inside the unit circle. That means all the poles, okay, should have mod z less than 1, because on unit circle mod z equal to 1. So this is mod z greater than 1 outside unit circle, and outside unit circle means unstable. Unstable. The very same thing you study in continuous time domain also, where for stability, for a causal system to be stable, what do you say? All the poles must lie in the left half plane. All the poles must lie in the left half plane. All the poles must lie in the left half plane, correct? All the poles must lie in the left half plane for continuous time domain. Here for dt domain, all the poles must lie inside the unit circle, correct na? Yes. So unstable. Yeah, let me go and tick mark the answer also finally. Unstable, option number B. It is unstable, option number B, correct. Okay, crucial updates for you. The next 2026 EC offline regular batch starts on 29th August. Starts on 29th of August. Okay, so yeah, you can enroll into it. The fee for offline is currently 54,999, 65,999 actually, but currently it is priced at 54,999. Okay, with some special discounts along, which is mentioned alongside. Okay, so if you want to study in, and very soon double E batch will also be starting. I'll update you the batch of double E offline also. It will start very soon. But yeah, the point is, if you want to study in a competitive atmosphere offline among hundreds of students, and that to face in front of the faculty, the best ECEE faculty team, that is with Om Institute, you can come walk down to our Hyderabad center and enjoy learning for GATE 26. But in case you feel that for any reason you cannot come to Hyderabad to attend offline, and you want to study at your own place, so and you still want the same content by the same faculty team, you can also enroll for our GATE online live course. Okay, so that live means you can at least have that interaction and communication with the faculty in a live manner with instantaneous doubt chat box running parallelly. Okay, the courses for live courses are available for GATE 26 and 27 both. Okay, for GATE 26 the validity is 99. For 1 year validity the fee is 1999. For 2 year validity GATE 27 the fee is 28,999. Okay, and as I told you in the beginning also, okay, yes, as you know, huge vacancies are expected. Very recently a big news was floated by AP government in the newspapers, and similarly the notifications are sooner expected for Telangana exams also. So if you are preparing for Genco, Transco, Discoms, AP Telangana, vacancies are expected. Okay, and when the final notification comes, you will always have hardly 30, 40 days. Okay, and by that time you can only revise, but you can't prepare fresh. So if you want to prepare fresh, already our offline courses for AE are running in full-fledged. If you want to study at your own place and you're looking for live course, so yes, for this time we have announced the live course also. The online live course for AP and Telangana both starts 3rd of September. Starts 3rd September. Okay, the fee is 24,999, and if you register before 2nd September, you get an early bird 20% discount. So you can take the advantage of this situation, and as well as if you are an old OM student, any student who have purchased any full course of home, offline manner or online manner, whatever, you get 30% flat discount. Okay, the duration of the course 5 months. That means the entire course will be covered in 5 months. But the validity, since it's a live course, so you know you can watch it n number of times. Na? Live is always available. Okay, whatever class happened is automatically recorded also. So the validity to access the code will be entire 1 year from your date of purchase, right? All right, guys. So that's it. And yeah, the control system PYQ is also pending from my side. I will share both the control and signals PYQ. But again, as a rule, I will make it password protected. For signals, the password. Uh, what is there? Last question was somehow related on some transfer function calculation. The password I choose as transfer. Okay, I'll share the PDF in my Telegram. Okay, with the password of transfer, TRANSFER, everything in small. Keep noting everything in small. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for joining this session. And if you want to attend all the sessions without a miss, do not forget to subscribe to the Om Institute channel so that you do not miss any session. I will also bring a session on general aptitude sample question. See, general aptitude was only introduced in 2023, and already the 2023 aptitude previous year question I've already discussed 1 or 2 months back actually. I am now taking a video which will be available in next 2 to 3 days. Okay, where I am going to take a see why aptitude is important, because there is sectional cutoff in technical and aptitude. So that is why aptitude is important here. 20 marks, 20% weightage also, and sectional cutoff is there. Minimum 50% you have to score. So what can be a sample question paper? What type of questions can be there, and how the weightage and how the mark distribution can be there? One video you are going to get very soon onto it. One question you are going to get very soon onto it. Okay. Okay. Right. Akbar, I will update about the crash course students. I'm not very sure about right now, but if possible, you message me in the Telegram, or you directly contact the home office number. You'll get the update. Okay. No, Shadow, the course will be purely in English. The course will be in English, so no language barrier. This AP course will be in English only. AP Telangana online live course will be in English only. Okay, so there is not going to be any language barrier for you. Okay. All right, dear. Bye bye. Thank you. Stay safe. Good night. And